audacity to serve, Donnie. And she looked at me. I was 16 and pregnant. And she looked at me and she told me that I could be something, I could do something. But little did she know that I was bathing in my high school bathroom, hiding my homelessness from my peers and my teachers. She didn't know all that. She didn't know. She didn't know that I was a cutter. She didn't know that I was suffering from all sorts of demons. I had scars deep enough to last a lifetime, and she didn't know. She didn't know that I was beaten, sexually assaulted, emotionally robbed, and literally left for dead. She didn't know that. Her job was to teach me math. But what she did was she saw me, she believed in me, and she invested in me. And one person took the time to tell me that I could. And what that did for me was that allowed me to go on to Norfolk State University in Newark, Virginia, where I would become the first female president in that university's 75-year history. And I would graduate in 4 years, not 5. And I would become a social worker and go back to social work. I would come back to and go back to the same state that I had come from, because it wasn't about me. It was never about me. It's not about Donnie. It was never about Donnie. I went back because I had a brother. And my brother was born HIV positive. My brother was a crack baby. My mother died Christmas Eve when I was 7 years old. And she would leave for days at a time and leave me with this baby. I mean, not just any baby, a crack baby, okay? A drug-addicted baby, a baby who is crying nonstop. We first became involved with Child Protective Services because I took this infant baby to kindergarten with me. He was so young that when his umbilical cord fell off, I taped it back on because I thought I'd broken it. But I took him to kindergarten dressed in my Cabbage Patch Dolls clothes. Yes, I did. And Miss Debbie, the nosy neighbor, called on us. But what was I supposed to do? My mother didn't come home. I was doing the right thing. Nevertheless, I had this one person that I was responsible for, and it was not myself. It was my brother. So I came back committed to him. And while I thought I was fighting for him and doing all this stuff for him, well, he was doing his own thing. He too would graduate high school valedictorian. He too would go on to college, Rutgers University, and graduate. And so we stand side by side, neck to neck, eye to eye, and we represent resilience. We represent defeating all odds. Because he doesn't know his father, I do. My father was a murderer. We don't know his father. My mother was a prostitute. But we stand together and we embody this thing against all odds. And so we said, well, what will we do with that? What does that mean? Well, that means that I'm going to leave my guaranteed paycheck. I'm going to leave my job. I'm going to take out a home equity line of credit, $90,000. At the age of 24. I did that at 24 because my mother died at the age of 24. And I needed something of a life to come at 24. So I started this agency in my living room. I had a new baby, a new husband. That ain't last too long. Oh God. But I had this new baby. And I took out this home equity line of credit and I started this agency. And although I had these great relationships with elected officials, and I'm talking from the state house to the courthouse, right? But I didn't want to ever have to go to anybody and beg.